What change, if any, should be made in sentence 24? Okay, very similar to question 6 and 7. We're looking for capitalization mistakes, usage mistakes, punctuation mistakes, and spelling mistakes. But this time we're looking for sentence 24. Let's go to sentence 24. It says, Mom, Chloe, and me all looked at one another. Let's see what kind of changes they have for us. F says to delete the comma after mom. So here's mom. They say there's a comma afterwards, and they're telling us maybe we should delete that comma. This is a punctuation change. Let's go back to our sentence. Let's find the word mom, and let's see if maybe we need that comma or maybe we don't. It's the very first word in the sentence. So that's the comma they want to get rid of. Mom, Chloe, and me all looked at one another. Who can tell me, do you need that comma in that sentence? Does it need to be there? Or should we actually get rid of it? Jaylene, what do you think? Should the comma be there? Or should the comma not be there?
I think you need it because you're naming people.
Say that last part again. I'm sorry, Jaylene. So you need it because what?
I think because you're naming people.
Because you're naming people? Kind of, yes. But do you need to put a comma in everybody's name?
No.
No. How many people did they name?
2.
They're just naming 2 people?
No, 3.
They're naming 3 people. So what they did was they made a list of people, right? Mom, Chloe, me. Once you get to 3 things, whether it's 3 people, if it's 3 flavors of bubblegum, if it's 3 kinds of soda, doesn't matter. Once you get to 3 different things that you're talking about, you have a list. Whenever you have a list, no matter how long that list gets, you need to put commas between the things in your list. That way you can tell when one thing stops and the other one starts. So in this case, it's a list of names. Mom, Chloe, and me. We use the commas to separate the people so we know who we're talking about. Otherwise, someone might think that her name is Mom Chloe. So, should we delete the comma? No. Like Jaylene said, we need the comma. The comma has a reason to be there. It should be there. And if it's got a reason to be there, if it should be there, I can't just take it out because I feel like it. G, change me to I. Take a look. This one's a usage change. They're saying that we're using the wrong word here. Here's me. Try it. I'm going to read it both ways. The way it's written, and then I'm going to try it with the change. Mom, Chloe, and me all looked at one another. They want to change it to Mom, Chloe, and I all looked at one another. Questions like this, they love to put an answer choice like that. I've seen that kind of answer choice a lot. It's a question they love to ask us, because this is another one of those situations, like with the word brung, where when people are just talking to each other, we don't always speak correctly. People will make this kind of mistake all the time. So they like to put it as an answer choice because they think, oh, you know what? I know you've talked with other people. I know you've heard them make this mistake over and over again. So you're not going to hear that it's wrong. You're not going to notice that it's wrong. Because you're going to think, oh, yeah, I've said that, or my brother said that, or my sister, or my mom, or my grandpa said that. You're going to think it's correct. Here's what I'm going to show you. They love to make a list of people like they did here, Mom, Chloe, and me, and they like to always include you at the end, which they should. You should always go at the end of a list of people because it's like being polite. You let the other people go in front of you. But the reason why they like to put the person at the end is because then it's tougher for people to hear whether they should use I or whether they should use me. I'm going to show you how. I want you to pretend for just a little bit that Mom and Chloe are not in the sentence. I'm going to cover them up. So we have I looked at one another, or I have me looked at one another. Which one makes more sense? I looked at one another or me looked at one another? Bailey?
It make more sense. It makes more sense with I.
It makes more sense with I. So the one I should use is I. I don't want to use me. The other thing I can kind of tell you is the word I, you'll normally see it closer to the beginning of the sentence or like in the first part of the sentence. The word me should be closer to the end of the sentence, should be in the back part of the sentence. But that's the way I found that honestly works out so well, is when they give you like a list of people, and sometimes it's even a short list. They might say grandpa and me. But if you cover up the rest of the people, no matter how many there are, and you read the sentence, like if the sentence was grandpa and me went fishing, and I get rid of grandpa, I cover it up, and I just say me went fishing, then I can definitely hear, oh no, that's wrong. There's something messed up with that. And then if I say I went fishing, I can go, oh yeah, that makes sense. So they'll try to put people in front of you and try and trick you. Just cover them up. Read the sentence with me, read the sentence with I. But they love putting that as an answer choice because it is a trick that gets so many people. Because they don't know about ignoring the other people for a little bit and reading it without them. If you do that, it's a lot simpler. If you don't get rid of everyone else, it makes it tougher. So here, changing me to I, that's a good idea. I'm even going to write myself a little note the next time I see something like this. Ignore the other people. Again, honestly, I've seen that answer choice so many times in so many stories on so many questions because people will get it wrong. When they give you a list of people and they put you at the end and they're asking you, should you use me or I? Ignore the other people. Read it with just you in the sentence, and you'll be able to hear the difference and hear the better version a lot simpler. This one, change looked to looking. Now this one seems like it might be a spelling change, but it's not. This one is a usage change because these words are different. It's not just that they're spelled different. We use them for different things. Who can tell me what is the difference between looked and looking? How are they different? Jaylene, how is looked different from looking? Thank you, Miss Baragan.
Me?
So, yeah. So how are they different, Jaylene? Looked and looking.
The way how they're spelled?
Hold on, Jaylene, because it kind of sounds like I wasn't able to hear you. Can you just try again?
The way it's spelled?
Doesn't matter. Whichever one. Looked and looking. How are they different?
Look, it's at the end it has ed, and looking has ing.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not just a spelling change. We use them for different things. So it's not just the way that they're spelled.
Oh, oh, looking is like if you're looking at the sky, and then look is
Hold
like
on, get a little bit closer to your computer, Jaylene, because it's really quiet in some parts.
looking. It's like I'm looking at the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and then look is I already look at the sky.
I don't know why it keeps trying to make you quiet, Jaylene. Like sometimes I can hear you, and then it sounds like you're whispering to me, like it's a secret. So I heard the part about the sky, and you're right. Looking is like if you're looking at the sky, but looked is different. So try typing it out. We'll see if that works better. Very good. Looked is past tense. It means you already did it. Looking means it's happening right now. So these have to do with the tense. Like if it was a clock, when did this happen? Looked is past tense. It already happened. Looking means it's happening right now. Like right now, we are looking at this answer choice. Here, they want to change looked into looking. What's up, Jadine?
I think I know the answer to that one.
Okay, well let's try them out and we'll see if we can figure it out.
Okay.
Mom, Chloe, and me all looked at one another, or Mom, Chloe, and me all looking at one another. What do you think, Jaylene? Or sorry, Jadine.
I think it's looked because they're not looking right now.
Very good. They're not looking right now. They're looking before, right? This is in the past. This already happened. So not looking, not like right now, looked because this already happened. So we can put not happening right now. This is something that already happened. This is in the past. It's over. And Jay says that sentence 24 should not be changed. This is the exact same as these answer choices that say no change should be made. They're telling us that nothing's wrong with it. It's fine. There's not a mistake. But if you found one, then you know it's wrong. You already know there's a mistake, and you know that we should fix that mistake. So G would be the correct answer choice. Number 9, how should sentence 28 be changed? It's the exact same thing. We're looking at a sentence, in this case sentence 28, and we're trying to see what might be wrong with it. If it is a capital letter, that's wrong. If it is them using the wrong word, if the punctuation is wrong, or if the spelling is wrong. So let's go look at sentence 28. First, if you're going to cook, you need to pay attention to the ingredients. Here's the sentence they want us to look at. First, if you're going to cook, you need to pay attention to the ingredients. A says change your to your. These are homophones because those words sound the same. Your and your. So they're telling us we're using the wrong word. But especially with homophones, you need to be careful. What is the difference between your and your? How are they different? Because it's not just a spelling. It's not just, oh, one has an R and one has an RE with an apostrophe. They have very different meanings, very different times when we would use them. Jadine, do you know the difference?
I think I do.
Okay.
So your means like it's yours.
Okay.
And the second your means you are.
Very good. You are absolutely correct. The first kind of your means it belongs to you. So something that belongs to you. Like if you say your room or your book or I don't know, your shoes. If it is something that belongs to you, this is the kind of your that you use. But this one with the apostrophe in it is actually two words. You are. Now, the really good news for this, with this kind of change, there's a very simple way to check which version you need. I'm going to go to sentence 28 and I'm going to find the word your. Now, if I try just putting your with the apostrophe, I won't hear any difference because again, they're homophones. They sound exactly the same. But what I can do is instead of writing your, I'm going to write you are. And I'm going to try reading it with you are. If it's right, it'll sound fine. If it's wrong, it'll sound very wrong. And I'll be able to easily tell which one I need. First, if you are going to cook, you need to pay attention to the ingredients. Does that sentence make sense when I say you are? If you are going to cook? Yeah. If you are going to cook, makes perfect sense. That means that they want you are, not that something belongs to you. So that is a great change. The next one says change attention to attention. That's a spelling change there. How did they change the spelling of attention to attention? Bella, what did they do? There's only one T. Well, I mean, I guess two, but the first one has two T's at the beginning. The second one only has one. This is just a spelling change. Atention. And Bella, which one do you think is spelled correctly? It's kind of a tough word, but which one do you think is the one that's spelled correct? Is it attention with 2 T's or attention with 1 T? Very good. The first one, the one that has 2 T's, is the one that is spelled correctly. It is not the version with only 1 T. I'm going to put not spelled but correctly. So this one's not spelled correctly. C, change ingredients to ingredients. Okay, this one might look like a spelling change at first, but if I look carefully, I can see this isn't a spelling change. This is a punctuation change. They put an apostrophe S at the end of that word. We've talked about the apostrophe S in words before. What does it mean when a word has an apostrophe S? What does that mean? Christopher? What does it mean if a word has an apostrophe and an... Okay, who can tell me? What does it mean if a word has an apostrophe and an S? Jadine?
It it belongs to only one person, not to like a lot of people.
Okay, it could definitely mean that. So Christopher, what does it mean if you see an apostrophe S on a word? Just use your microphone, Christopher. That's right, use your microphone. So Jadine, why was the reason why, or what does it mean when you have an apostrophe S?
Because it means that it only belongs to one person, not a lot of people.
Okay, so Christopher, what does it mean?
It only belongs to one person.
That it only belongs to one person. That's one thing it could mean. We can put belongs to one person. Or the other thing it could mean is if they want to say ingredient is or ingredient was. So they could mean is or was. So let's go to our sentence and see if maybe we do need that apostrophe. Here we go, ingredients. Ingredients is the very last word in the sentence. They're saying maybe I need an apostrophe. Let's see. We said the first reason why you might have an apostrophe S is if something belongs to it. If there is nothing after that word in the sentence, if it is the very last word in the sentence, like it is here, nothing can belong to it. So that's out. Let's try ingredient is or ingredient was. First, if you're going to cook, you need to pay attention to the ingredient is. That doesn't make sense. First, if you're going to cook, you need to pay attention to the ingredient was. That doesn't make sense either. So neither of those changes make sense. Is not the change we need. Answer choice D says that it should not be changed, but we did find a change that we wanted to make. We did find a mistake, and you never want to leave mistakes in people's writing. So we're not going to pick answer choice D. We are going to pick answer choice A.